Stop chasing. Look, y'all get on in here. Y'all get on in here. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about. Y'all get on in here. Doop. Hit that like button as y'all come on in here. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know what to do. Hit that like button. Get on in here. We have a lot to talk about, a lot to address. All right? A lot to talk about, a lot to address. All right? Hit that like button as y'all come in here. We are going live a little bit earlier than normal. I got some things I got to take care of. So that normal 11:30, we're obviously not doing today. All right. So as y'all come in, hit that like button, and we're going to get into exactly what is taking place in the market right now. All right. Let me know where y'all chiming in from as y'all come in. All right. All right. Let's see. Okay. There we go. Who else we got in here? Liz, how you feeling? She said they played us. Listen, they played with us 100%, 100%, y'all. And this is look. Here go the thing. Look, I'm always anything that I do. I'm always gonna stand. You know what I'm saying? 10 toes in it, and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna address it. Um, Yesterday did not work out, right? As I was looking at the charts yesterday, I'm like, okay, we got all of these setups, and it literally came to me on live. If you were here yesterday, I was just like, you know what? I'm like, I don't like the setups. I like that. I don't like that there's so many of the same setup. And I was like, I feel like they're gonna do a rug pull, and that's literally exactly what they did. We got Floyd in the building, ATL in the building, QTZ, what up? Ant, what up, man? Miss Fruitful, how you feeling? Brittany, yeah, they definitely played with us. Learn to love your story, Minnesota, good to see you. Subsistence, how you doing? Yeah, they definitely played. Um, and like I said, y'all, like this is something to just kind of like keep in your memory bank, write down, add it to your journal of things, just to kind of like, you know, so that you understand when you see this down the road, right? Whenever there is a bunch of the same setups across the market, that is a great time for the market makers to do a rug pull. Point blank. I spotted that yesterday. I mentioned it, but I did not honor it because I wanted to give you guys something. I wanted to get something myself. I saw the the bullish engulfing at the order block on Nvidia, which is still going to work out. Like we're still in Nvidia. All right, we did cut core weave because it just got ridiculous, but we still are in Nvidia. We still plan for that to work out. But I definitely want to speak about like core weave or whatever. Everything had a beautiful setup. They literally just pulled the rug across the entire market. So that's the thing about a beautiful setup. Sometimes there will be a moment, and I say this all the time, right? It's almost like this. It's almost like the coach has to go in the locker room and give a speech after the championship game. They didn't pull it through. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like it's really part of the game. All right, like the setup was there. You can't get upset with yourself for taking the setup because if it would have worked out, you would have been happy, right? So it's like we made the decision to get into it. It had the setup. It didn't work out. It's just like, all right. The only thing I'm disgusted about is the fact that I mentioned it and it came to me and I didn't listen to that. So that part's bothering me a little bit. But that has nothing to do with y'all. All right. Let's see. Denisha, how you feeling, Denisha? Chandra, good to see you. Michelle in the building. I remember when you said it. Yeah. I said it on live last night. I said the same thing. I was like, things. Yeah, they look too good. They look too good. So they had a chance to get at us. All right, so they did just that. But let's go flip to the charts. See what's going on. I'm going to talk you guys through like what I'm seeing. Um, After coming off of a rug pull like that, I've said this before because literally the only time that we've ever lost on live was rug pulls. Go back and look through the live. Go back and look at the last time that this same exact thing happened. And you know what's so funny? We were also in Nvidia the last time that happened. That might have been like 3 weeks ago, right? We were on a streak and then we got into that. They rug pulled us. We were in Nvidia and I think one other play, right? We were on a streak again. Everything looked good yesterday. We got into got into Nvidia, rug pulled again. Right, again, we're staying in Nvidia because I believe that it will rebound. It is starting to. When I look at it now, it is holding the fail 2D and giving possibly giving us a confirmation candle on the 2 hour. So I'm watching that closely. But we got that out until Friday, so there's still a lot of hope left. There's not a ton of drawdown in Nvidia right now, so it is starting to recover. It was down more than half this earlier today, so it's recovered more than half of its position today. So there is hope. All right, for Nvidia, Core Weave just went off the rails, so we had to get out of that. There was nothing there that was holding it up, right? So um, there was a bullish order block that it was holding on the daily. It broke through that, so it had no support. So we had to get out of there. It would have been irresponsible to try to, it would have been wishful thinking for that to try to come back and recover. All right. Again, as y'all come in here, y'all hit that like button for me. All right. Keep that energy up, and we're gonna get into some things that I'm seeing. All right. So, matter of fact, let me just go into the charts right now, and I'll show you exactly what I mean about each of these plays. All right. So, with Nvidia, right? Let's look at it on a daily. We got a rug pull, like I said, across the market. This is a beautiful setup. If I saw this tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, next week, I would take it every single time. A bullish engulfing off an order block into a fair value gap, I would take it every single time. Right? There was nothing wrong with this play at all. It literally was just a market maker rug pull, straight up and down. Right? It's still in the structure though, right? We have an inside candle. It's still inside of the bullish order block. It has not broken below the support. So this is still in play. We still have, three days and 2 hours and 42 minutes left for this to work out. Right. So since we do have support here, we're going to stay in. Now, when I go to core weave, I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right. So we'll go to core weave. See, four weave, the support was here. There was a bullish order block here, but it broke below it. It is trying to bounce up right now, but it's just like somebody, you know what I'm saying, like lying to you or cheating on you. You know what I'm saying? It's like you done betrayed my trust now, so I can't mess with you. You see what I'm saying? So I can't mess with you. So it betrayed our trust. It broke through that order block. It's showing a little bit of a bounce, but I don't believe it. Right? It can still come down and fill the rest of this fair value gap down to like 68. So it's no point of even taking a risk there. So we cut it. It was like a 50% loss, right? It was like a 50% loss. That's a huge loss. I'm not gonna sit here and even try to sugarcoat it. That was a big loss um, off the rug pull. All right, but again, if I saw this same setup at the order block, I would take it again. That simple. I would take it again. All right. All right. No. So that's what we saw. You know, Netflix is still doing what it does. Again, 98.11 is like the area that we're trying to get through. But it's holding strong. It's bouncing off the fair value gap, so that's good for that. That should be a go. All right, let's move over to what I'm seeing like on the horizon. So a lot of y'all were talking about Path, right? And Path is doing exactly what we said, right? We said above 11. We said above 11. If we can get a closure like this, I'd be very interested in taking Path, right? What did I say? $11. It's a three up candle. We can get the two candle confirmation tomorrow to continue up into this fair value. This is a beautiful setup. All right. And again, we when we see beautiful setups, we take them, right? We cannot get spooked out of um, taking good setups because of a rug pull or something bad happening in the market, right? Do you want to be a little more cautious, maybe be a little less risk on? Absolutely. We stated that as the week started to be a little less risk on this week. However, you still got to get in there and make the plays. You still got to get in there and take advantage of the things that you see, not from a revenge perspective, but a quiet, like, okay, I see that this is a beautiful setup. It's something that we've been talking about. All right. So there's some people I think that are already that got into this a little bit early, and they're probably making plenty of money. But again, I told you I wanted to see it break and close above the 11. So this is in play and something that we may possibly enter. All right. Since I'm on so early, I'm not going to be making the call like get in right now. I'm going to have to make that call in the group. I won't be able to make it on live because it's way too soon. Like we're talking about another 2 hours and 40 minutes left in the market. So there's no way we're taking a play right now. All right. The other thing that I saw which was another thing I discussed on live the other day, is Microsoft. Microsoft is breaking out of this downtrend. Look, remember the trend line, the friend line. All right, huge, huge. It's been in this downtrend for a little while. All right, so if we can close right here like this, I do like Microsoft to the upside. All right, if we can close like this outside of this trend line, I do like Microsoft to the upside. All right. What else was I looking at? Yeah, we and today during the group for everybody in TPC, we were able to catch AMD for about 15-16%, which wasn't a bad little pickup, bad little scalp. It was a nice little intraday trade. We caught it as it broke the levels that we were talking about, the 190.97. It came in and it broke lows. We let it come down and then we took profit. We got out just in time because right where we got out, it bounced back up. So again, this level, the new level is just going to be below swing low, which is 188.24. We get a close below that, preferably intraday. We can take it again, maybe tomorrow or whenever it decides to do that. But it is really trying to test and break through this downside so that it can start to close this gap here. All right. Again, y'all, we do have a interesting aesthetic for the market right now because we got gaps on both sides on so many stocks. Right. Somebody asked me in the group today, like, in the past, have you seen this many gaps? And I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, like the amount of gaps that we have in both directions is a little different. It is a little different, and it's what's making the market so neutral right now, and making it a little harder to make long-term decisions. Well, not long-term, but I would say mid-term decisions, right? So again, we just got to play it level to level. As opportunities are presented to us, we still gotta stand tall and take them. But if we have a day where there's like massive consolidation, or things are just not moving right, then of course we just gonna take the day off. All right, today was kind of forming in that. Once I realized it was doing that, I took the profits on AMD and I was just like, you know what, done for the day. All right, so we still gonna approach the market with caution, smart, like we do every single day. Nothing has changed, right? But like I said, there will be the occasional day where you get ripped. From what I've noticed, again, all the plays that we take here on live, they've worked out except for two times. And I've been doing this for a while. The only two times that they didn't work out was literally on rug pull day. That is actually something to celebrate. That shows that we have a consistent machine and method for getting into swing trade. But occasionally there will be one that we lose that is completely out of our hands. All right. So that's what happened with CoreWeave, NVIDIA again. Just a reminder, because I know people are coming on, so you'll hear me repeat myself throughout the live sometime because I know people are like joining. So again, with NVIDIA, we are still holding on, right? I really like how it's starting to recover. Like, let me just go to the NVIDIA again real quick. I believe it's like at 1.2 or something like that. Damn. The lowest we saw it was almost 4%. Yeah, exactly what I said. It's at 1.2, right? So it's coming up out of this bullish order block, which is good. All right, if we can break out of here today and even start making our way into this fair value gap, that's really good for us. All right, so we're gonna continue to hold on to Nvidia. All right, I'm gonna flip back to y'all and see if there's anything that y'all would like to see. Let's see. said you can barely hear. Hold on. Can y'all hear me? How about now? Is that better? Is that is the sound better now? Is that? Let me know if that's clear. Like I'm gonna I'll go back over everything I just said, but just let me know if that's clear. That's clear. All right, all right. We're gonna go back over it. Don't worry. All right. So just going back and starting with Nvidia, right? I'm not sure where where the sound cut off, but I'm just gonna go straight back through. Nvidia we're holding because it is pushing back up. It's in the order block, which is why we decided to stay in it, right? We're still in the order block. We're still holding this support down here. All right. We still got this fair value gap up here. The play is still intact, but we did get a bit of a rug pull this morning, right? Again, this was across the market, so it's nothing to be alarmed about in terms of like, oh, did I take the right play or not? It's like, nah, the plays are on point. The only time that we've ever lost on live was 2 times, and each of those 2 times were from rug pulls. The first rug pull was like, I think it was like 3 weeks ago, right? We were on the street, then we got the rug pull in Nvidia. Nvidia actually wind up working out because there were some people that stayed in it, so it did work, but it didn't work in time, in terms of like for the drawdown that I saw. So I got out, right? I didn't like how far the rug pull went down. It didn't start to recover like this one is. This one is recovering, so to me, it looks like it could actually take off tomorrow, right? A lot of those contracts, a lot of that flow that's coming in is for March 4th, right? So that tells me that it could work out overnight. We could see a gap up or a nice pop tomorrow, all right? Maybe even at the end of the day today, all right? So Nvidia is still in play. We got out of core weave, right? That was a beautiful setup. Like I said, I would take it every day of the week, right? I see a nice setup. I'll take it every day of the week. It just did not do what we wanted to do then. It lost our trust by breaking what once was a bullish order block. The bullish order block was here, but it broke through it, so it eliminated. So now, it has the support. The only support that I could really, lean on is like it filling this fair value gap down here. It doesn't necessarily have like, got another point that it touched right here, but it doesn't have a strong support like that order block that we were waiting on. So it could be a delayed reaction. It could work out, but I was not willing to stay in to see that. All right, just that was just my personal approach. After, like I said, after a rug pull like that, it could have gotten even crazier. All right. Again, Netflix was another one. We're still in Netflix, right? Netflix, all it needs to do is just get above this 98.11. It's pushing. It bounced off the fair value gap. It's showing a lot of strength. We should get another pump day. It has a lot of flow on 100 calls, right? A lot of that flow is for expiration date of this week, right? So there's a lot of imbalance to the call side. So this is another one that we're holding on to. All right. I also went over Path, right? Path is doing exactly what we said it was going to do. $11. I told you. Once we get above 11, it's going to push. Right? If it closes above 11, this is a nice swing, right? Into this fair value gap right here. All right. It's already, since the last time I talked about it, it was up like 3%. It's already jumped another 1% just from like 5 minutes ago. So this one is sailing. This could also be a 3-2 bullish setup using the strap method coming off of this bullish order block. So I like this a lot. Another one that I talked about was Microsoft. All right. Microsoft is breaking out of the trend line, right? We talked about that on live the other day. If we can get a close outside the trend line, this could be changing directions, and we could see this, pump at least to about 430. All right, before it has any sort of resistance. All right. Again, as y'all are coming in here, hit that like button for me one time. Doop, Best Beezy, what up, man? How you feeling? Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, nothing is 100%. If I wish we could be 100%, but I'm gonna give you about 90. I'm gonna give you a solid. I'm gonna give you a solid 85 to 90. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's never it's you're not gonna meet a person who's 100% in trading. It's impossible. Uh, Clear because of rug pulls like that. But like I said, if our losses come on rug pull days and that's it, I feel great about that. I feel great about that. All right. You said, okay, we're good. All right, bet. Is that Harami himself? Hilarious. Um, there we go. Okay. Trust the process. Yeah. Where would you enter fresh on Nvidia with that bearish order block above? What time frame are you looking at on Nvidia? What time frame are you looking at? Talking about an order block. There we go, Best B. Um, Process over results, 100%. Denisha, what are you referring to in terms of bearish order block on Nvidia? What time frame? Yeah, I'll let y'all know Microsoft. If I enter, I'll let y'all know. I'll also let y'all know path that we enter as well. It'll be in the Swing King part of the group. All right. It's exactly we can't control those darn rug pulls. The calls were spot on. You rock. I ain't worried about it. We all like, yeah, no, absolutely, Jamila. I appreciate that, and for sure, absolutely. You said on the daily, Denisha. Hold up. This is not an order block right here. You see that? This red thing right here. These are fair value gaps, not order blocks. Yeah, those are fair value gaps. So the order blocks are going to be a little more opaque, a little darker, right? When you see it a little lighter, that's going to be the fair value gaps. So these are fair value gaps, and they're overlapping, which is why this one is a little bit darker, right? So it's overlapping fair value gaps. Um, let's see. I mean, Nvidia, if Nvidia just holds this level, you guys could take it, right? You're having a better entry than we are, right? So you know what I mean? Like a bullish close today, a inside one candle, would be solid. If it can close like this or a little bit above, it'd be solid to enter. Like I said, I would still have a better entry than us. All right. Um, all right. Let's see what y'all talking about. Again, I probably got like another. This is gonna be a shorter live than normal. Just I gotta go knock some stuff out, which is why I'm on here a little bit earlier. All right. You said it's back now. Never mind. Okay. Um, you said no video stream, or that's what you were saying is back to. Okay. Um, I'll provide all the details for Microsoft in the chat, but it's probably gonna wind up being like a 3 to 4 weeker, um, maybe even 2 months. It just depends. I gotta look into it a little bit more. Yeah, I'm okay with losing no rug. Yeah, now real talk. It's like hey, it's like you showed up, you did the job, and then sometimes doing the job you lose. I am not going to have access to answer you in about 2 minutes, but okay, no problem, Liz. Uh, D Clark, how you feeling? All right, so XOM and then TSM. XOM. Yeah, XOM came down a little bit. It looks like it's retesting this this bear bull flag area. Again, this with what's going on in the Middle East, it's like we. I want y'all to be prepared for a lot of just like funky movement and news and stuff like that. So you know, there's a lot of things going on. There could be another attack which could lead to another pump in in oil. Right now it's falling because it's like all right, they kind of like quiet today, but you just do not know what's going to happen overnight, right? Or or at any time over these next few weeks. We just do not know. So I'm not a fan of like shorting this. Technically, this is a bearish confirmation, but again, it's bouncing off of this flag area. So you could possibly see a reversal. In terms of setups, it's not clean enough for me to just like be like, hey, that's a good one. Now, if the bounce off of this led to this being like a hammer, then maybe that would be a little bit more, a little cleaner to enter, but it's not clean enough for me to take entry on. All right, let's see. Let's look at TSM. All right, TSM. Hey, let me ask y'all real quick. Did any of y'all get hit with an ad yet? Any of y'all get hit with an ad yet? So you always heard about rug pulls. Now I actually saw one and I can say, yeah, yeah, it's a crazy thing, D. But yeah, it's part of the game. It's a clearing the table. Like I said, I always try to compare it to like the casino, how they sweep the table. There's always a version of what we would call like resetting the deck, clearing it out. You know what I mean? Rug pulling. It's a way that they get a lot of money. In a really quick manner. You said no ads yet? Oh, well, okay. So I don't know why they're not popping up yet, but it's supposed to be because my page has officially been monetized. I know they're popping up in the videos, but they should be popping up in live as well. Um, but maybe it's after a certain period of time. We'll see. But if y'all do see that, just like let me know. I'm just trying to make sure that like everything is like firing correctly. So when y'all do see, if y'all see an ad on the video or on live, like just like drop me a little note and say that y'all see it. All right, all right. So yeah, TSM got again, y'all. This is like failed trust right here, right? So we had a failed 2D. It failed. Another failed 2D. It failed. What makes them think that we're gonna believe this failed 2D right here? It's also below the uptrend, so it absolutely could be deciding to fall down. But because it gapped down, what I will be waiting for is for it to reverse and then to retest the level right here, fill the gap, retest the bullish trend, and then reverse down and then fall. And if it even breaks that, then it'll really come down. All right, so I would wait for the retest on TSM. I wouldn't try to get into this prematurely because, like I said, technically it's bearish now because it's flipped over the trend line, but it's forming this failed 2D, so it may be trying to go and retest. But again, these failed 2Ds the last few days have not been strong, so I would not bank on it. All right, I would not put my money on that. Yeah, you said we'll do AMD. Congrats on the miles. Hey, appreciate it. LaRue said, I got a premium. I better not see no ad. Hey, that's funny. Yeah. Um, yeah, no, we've been pushing. The monetization kicked in, I think, the other day. So there's still some things I think that are like kind of like being like worked out in it. Um, but yeah, we in there. Appreciate it, QTZ. All right, let's look at Oracle real quick. Let's look at Oracle. Oracle's in a 3-2. Um, yeah, this is not bad. Honestly, let me drop down to the 2 hour. Oracle, this ain't bad. I'm not gonna lie. This not bad for like more of an intraday trade. Um, I'm not gonna call a swing on this one, but it's in a 3-2 setup. So this, it's on the 2 day. So this could pump up and fill the fair value gap up to about 155. But we would just need to drop down to the 30 and just catch momentum. So, it would need to take out this bearish order block right here. I see this bearish order block is up to about 153. So if it could clear that out, you could have about $2 to $3 on an intraday trade. Before then, I wouldn't mess with it just because of this order block right here. But yeah, Oracle probably would have been a better play in the earlier part of the day. Yeah, I was wondering if your YouTube videos can include that chat replay as well. You said you were wondering if the YouTube videos can include the chat replay. What you mean? What you mean, Cortez? Appreciate it, LaRue. Beta A, appreciate it. Jamila, I appreciate it. Yeah, she says like a liquidity sweep on steroids. Exactly. That rug pull ain't no joke. It is no joke. All right, y'all. So that's what I'm seeing in the market right now. I don't have anything else that looks like really attractive to me. Um, it looks like Shopify has definitely recovered as well. Right? Look at Shopify, y'all. Shopify recovered like crazy. Um, and you know what's crazy? This was one that we were looking at yesterday. It did open bad, but it recovered. Um, but there was a lot of flow coming into this, right? So I knew at some point, even with the rug pull, it'll probably recover. So we'll probably see the same thing on Nvidia. We just got to be patient because it had the same type of flow that Shop had. All right, so let's see if that fully recovers. Let me look at Nvidia. Yeah, Nvidia is under 1% down now. So yeah, stuff is starting to push, y'all. We just gotta be patient and hang in there. All right. I'm actually about to hop off, but let me see and include transcriptions. Hold on. So when y'all go back and look at the YouTube lives, y'all can't see the chat. The chat is where it's at. That's where a lot of the hmm. I gotta look into that. I'll look into that and I'll get back to y'all. Yeah, I'll look into that and get back to y'all because you should be able to see everything when you go and rewatch it. Have a great day, everyone. To see the chat, you have to be on a laptop. Okay. You can enable chat and transcription on video. No, can't see. Okay. All right. Let me start it. I'm actually do that. All right. All right. Yeah. Appreciate y'all for sharing that. I'll make sure that all of that's situated so that you guys can view that. Appreciate that, Denisha. I will get to that and make sure that it's available for the next time. All right. Yeah. I checked Netflix. Netflix is still good. It's pushing up. We can go back to it real quick. Matter of fact, let me switch it on. Netflix is still a go. Like I said, everything is pushing up. So Netflix is still hanging in there. Again, the area that it needs to get above is just this area right here. Hold on. It's having a little bit of like temporary pushback. But if it can get above this on the daily, if it'll come up this previous high right there, 98.07, 98.11, really. If it can get above that, is good money. Again, it bounced off the fair value gap. It's showing strength. There's a ton of flow coming into Netflix specifically for Friday's expirations in the 100 calls, which is what we're in. All right. So we just got to, like I said, we just got to be patient on that one. All right. I'm about to get up out of here. Again, y'all have a good one, man. This had to be a shorter one and an earlier one because I did want to make sure that we we got one in, but I got a lot of stuff I got to take care of, so I couldn't do the 11:30. All right. But yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow. And again, for the group, if I decide to take any of those plays like Path or Microsoft, I'll let you guys know the full extent of how we're going to approach that. All right. Remember, invest smart so you can live free. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.